What's going on, everybody? Sean Daniel with the Guitar Control here, and today we're going to learn how to play a chord scale. And you might be like, I hate chords, I hate scales. Why do I want to learn a chord scale? Because it's super important. It's really going to help you with your playing, and it's really easy to get conceptually, and it will help you with other stuff also. So make sure to click the link below to grab the tabs and chord charts that go along with this lesson. So to start off with what a chord scale is, we have to know what chords are and what scales are. A chord is when you play multiple notes, technically 3 different notes at the same time. There's a G chord, there's a C chord, and the key of G and the key of C are going to be the 2 examples we're going to use for this video. Alright, so really it's just a chord, tons of different types of chords. Now chords are built from scales. A scale is a collection of notes that sound good together. Everybody's favorite scale is the major scale. Alright, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's the C major scale. It's a shape that is really important on guitar. I'm actually going to have that shape as part of the tab in the description. So let's go right into it. The C major scale is 7 different notes. If we play it as a shape, it starts on the 3rd fret of the A string, 5th fret of the A string, 2D, 3D, 5D, 2G, 4G, 5G, okay? So the notes are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C again, all right? So what does that have to do with chords, all right? 7 different notes, they're just different letters of the alphabet. Any one of those single notes can turn into a chord, okay? So again, we have C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. Now the order is really important because depending on where that note falls in the scale depends on whether that chord is major or minor, all right? So chord scales are when you play these 7 notes, but you play them as chords, so it'll end up sounding like this. Alright, now, the way that we can remember that and the way we can start doing that is thinking about which one of those notes become major chords, which one become minor chords. Very simple formula that does that. The 1, 4, and 5 become major chords. The 2, 3, and 6 become minor chords, and that 7th one becomes a diminished chord. Alright, so there could be a lot to kind of process and memorize right off the bat, but it makes more sense as we go through a chord scale. Again, just a bunch of chords, played in order, just like notes in a scale sound good together, chords in this scale will sound good together. There's no way that you can rearrange these 7 chords and make it sound bad. In fact, that's how most chord progressions are born, from different chords in the same key, the same scale. So like I said, we're going to do it in C first and then G, all right? So the first note in the key C is a C. Now we said the 1 chord ends up being major, so C major chord. Probably already know that one already. Doesn't matter what voicing you choose, a lot of different ways you can play it. But we're just going to take the traditional open chord voicing. Now the second note in the key of C is a D. So that would be a D, 2 is minor. Again, 1, 4, 5 is major, 2, 3, 6 is minor. I'm going to make you remember that by the end of this video. So that D note becomes a minor chord in this chord scale. So C major, D minor. A lot of songs will share those 2 chords. The third note, C, D, E. The 3rd note in the key of C is E. 2, 3, and 6 become minor, so E becomes a minor chord. E minor, one of the first easiest chords that you could ever learn. Open E, to A, to D, open the rest of the way. Alright, so that's the 3 chord in the key of C. The 4th one, C, D, E, F. Remember 1, 4, and 5 are major, so 4 is major, F is the 4th note in the key of C. Therefore we have an F major chord. We can do the bar chord or the open version. A lot of different ways to play an F major chord. I won't judge you depending on which one you choose. I kind of like this one. 5 is next. C, D, E, F, G. So again, 5 is major. We start with the G. Make a major chord. All right. So far from the top we have C major, 1, D minor, 2, E minor is 3, F major is 4, G major is 5. What comes after G in the alphabet? Well, actually, H comes after G. I'm talking about the musical alphabet. So it starts over again on an A. C, D, E, F, G, A. All right, 6 is minor. A is the 6th note. It becomes an A minor chord. Again, I'm just kind of breezing through the actual chords because I think they're pretty, well known once you know which chord it is. Again, these are all going to be provided in that link that you clicked on. So there's A minor. Now 7 is B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. The 7th note. This might not be a chord that you've used before. It's called a B diminished chord. And the one we're going to use for this chord scale specifically is B minor 7 flat 5, B half diminished. Maybe you've heard of it. Don't be afraid of it. It's not super popular in a lot of certain genres of music, but it's definitely worth learning because it leads you back to the beginning of the exercise, which again, that's how that chord scale works. We just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can play it over and over again, just like a scale. So B half diminished, or B minor 7 flat 5, that 7th chord made from the 7th note. 2A with your pointer finger, 3D with your ring finger, 2G with your middle finger, and optionally, if you want to, hit the 3rd fret of the B string with your pinky. Alright, that's a B minor 7 flat 5. B half diminished. You can actually just get away by playing these 3 to make a diminished triad. We're not getting too much into the names of it. This is just how to play the scale, the chord scale, in order. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B half diminished, C. And that is a chordized version of the major scale. Alright, that we're harmonizing those single notes with other notes from that scale to create those chords. Alright, very valuable because then you can think of them as numbers and then you can start just making up progressions at random. If you want to play like a 1, 6, 3 in the key of C, it's like, okay, 1 is the first note in the key of C is C major, 6 is an A minor, 3 is an E minor. So 1, 6, 3. There's no combination that will sound bad if you're playing those chords the right way in the chord scale. We're gonna do one other one, key of G. So if we start on the G, 3rd fret of the E string, same shape, 3E, 5E, 2A, 3A, 5A, 2D, 4D, then 5D, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G again. Okay, so the F sharp is the only one that's different. But aside from that, the order of the notes where they fall on the scale is different too. Instead of C being 1, now G is 1. Okay, the same rule applies. 1, 4, 5 are major, 2, 3, 6 are minor. So the 1 chord in the key of G is G major. The 2 chord in the key of G, again the 2nd note is A minor. The 3 chord in the key of G is B, G, A, B. So now B is a 3. Remember in the key of C, B was 7. We had that weird chord, but now it's a B minor. So a lot of times if you see B minor, there's a good chance you might be in the key of G. Okay? So we've got G major, 1, A minor, 2, B minor, 3. What's the 4th note of G? 1, 2, 3, 4. So C, remember 4 is major, 1, 4, and 5 are major. So C major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th note in the key of G is D major. Whereas, this is interesting because in the key of C, what note is D? It's the 2nd note. So if we're in the key of C major, D's chord is a 2, is minor. But we're in the key of G now. So D's note is 5, which is major. So there's that D major chord, okay? So when you see a D major chord, odds are you aren't in the key of C. Now you still could be. You can go outside and borrow chords. Again, we're not going to get into that. We're just kind of keeping this pretty simple. But yeah, 5 chord in the key of G is a D. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th chord in the key of G, G, A, B, C, D, E is E. 6 is minor. E minor. And the 7 chord in the key of G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is F sharp. Also, quick tip. If you ever want to find the 7th note in a scale, you know where the root note is? Instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and figuring out what that is, just go back one. Okay? So G is the 1st note, F sharp is the 7th. So we would do that F sharp diminished, F sharp half diminished chord on that one. The chord voice you're going to use for that is going to be 2E with your middle finger, 2D with your ring finger, 2G with your pinky, and 1B with your pointer finger. Kind of an interesting one, but it sounds really good. So if you play those in order, 1, G minor, 2, A minor, 3, B minor, 4, C major, 5, D major, 6, E minor, 7, F sharp half diminished, back to G. Any combination of those. That's the version of G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. G, A, B, C, D, E, E, F sharp, G. Really great exercise if maybe you're playing songs and you're having problems getting to different chords on time. This is a really great exercise in just really fluidly trying to switch between all those chords, because you're never going to play the same one twice. You always keep going through it. It's not the most musical thing to do, but it's really, really helpful for just kind of rocking through different chord progressions. And then you'll start seeing patterns in songs maybe you already know how to play. And then, once you see that, you'll be like, okay, now I know what key I'm in. And then after that, you can start using different scales and putting everything together. So I think chord scales are really valuable to do. These are just two of the more popular ones, the key of C and the key of G. But feel free to challenge yourself and try to find out how to play the chord scale in something else, like maybe the key of A. Don't have to think about the notes, maybe just major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, half diminished, major, okay? What I need you to take away from this lesson is that in any scale, there are 7 notes. All of them become chords. The first, fourth, and fifth notes become major chords. The second, third, and sixth notes become minor chords. And then if you want to get freaky, take that 7th note, make it half diminished, minor 7 flat 5, and just rock it out. So now that you know what a chord scale is, you have no excuses, so get to practicing. Thanks a lot. So if you're able to check all that stuff out and you have dominated the chord scale, make sure to check out some of these other videos we have around here, because we go over a lot more music theory stuff, just some kind of blues licks. Really anything that you want guitar related wise is probably on this channel in one way or another. So thank you as always for watching, and let us know what you think of it in the comments.